United Nations peacekeeping missions are intended to help parties in a conflict navigate a path to peace. Of the 13 UN operations underway in the world today, the majority and the most substantial missions are in Africa. China is among the world's top 10 largest contributors of troops to the UN. The country currently has about 80% of its blue beret-wearing peacekeepers deployed in Africa. Peacekeeping in Africa. What is China's role? In 2020, the Chinese military was involved in 7 UN peacekeeping missions across the African continent. Chinese military observers, engineers, medics, police, and other UN personnel help maintain peace and security, protect vulnerable groups, and support development. China is heavily involved in the UN's Big Four deployments in South Sudan, Mali, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and the Central African Republic. Beijing sent more than 1,070 troops to the UN South Sudan mission. The soldiers are part of a pool of thousands of Chinese troops, ready for deployment at any time, which President Xi Jinping promised the UN in 2015. The move made China one of the largest players in UN peacebuilding efforts. In the same speech, Xi announced China would send assets, including a peacekeeping helicopter squadron, to support UN peace operations in Africa. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, some 230 Chinese troops form part of the UN's third largest peace mission, which has deployed over 15,000 personnel. When it comes to nations contributing troops and police to UN peace deployments, the top 5 countries are Bangladesh, Rwanda, Ethiopia, Nepal, and India.
在海外维和，既要担负工程保障任务，也要时刻做好疫情防控和应对暴恐威胁的准备。我们通过组织群众性练兵比武活动，进一步强化官兵战备意识，提升军事素养，确保高标准完成维和任务。
Participation in peacekeeping allows the People's Liberation Army to gain operational experience and test new equipment, while at the same time demonstrating political commitment to Africa. Dai Bing, Chinese Deputy Permanent Representative to the UN, said Beijing planned to continue working with the international community for long-term peace in the Sahel region of West Africa. The unstable region is also a strategic point for China's trade ambitions on the continent. China has been one of the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council since 1971. But China joined UN peacekeeping operations much later. The first time was in 1990, when China dispatched 5 military observers to the Middle East during the Gulf War. By 2009, the number of Chinese serving with UN forces increased to over 2,000. Further changes to Beijing's foreign and security policy made under Xi's leadership increased Chinese participation in the UN peacebuilding system. In 2017, China opened its first overseas military base in Djibouti. Beijing called it a logistics support hub, built in part to support Chinese peacekeeping missions in Africa. Djibouti is a geostrategic hotspot where many countries, including the US, Japan, and France, have set up military bases. With increased participation in the UN, Beijing was able to assert more influence in the powerful intergovernmental organization, thereby counterbalancing US hegemony. China also became the second largest financial contributor to UN peacekeeping after the US. In 2019, China provided over 15% of the $7 billion global peacekeeping budget, of which 2/3 goes to the African missions. China is the continent's largest trading partner, with two-way trade hitting $208 billion in 2019. There are clear economic advantages for Beijing to support stability in Africa. On September 18, 2020, China released a white paper called China's Armed Forces, 30 Years of UN Peacekeeping Operations.
白皮书指出，中国军队参加联合国维和行动，源于中华民族的和平基因，源于中国人民的天下情怀，源于人民军队的根本宗旨，源于中国的大国担当。
The release of the white paper came as China and its military were under increasing global scrutiny. Many analysts believe Chinese peacekeeping is largely driven by a long list of national interests, ranging from natural resources to reshaping the world order.
I have seen over the 35 years of my career an increased amount of activity by the Chinese. But where they have failed, and we constantly see reports that indicate this, is that Africans still prefer, if at all possible, to work with the United States. When they have a choice, they choose us.
Meanwhile, China has gained respect from many African countries for championing issues of the Global South in the Security Council. And increasingly, Africa has been looking to Beijing for critical resources and leadership in development, peace and security. Since Beijing has vowed to increase its peacekeeping efforts in terms of funding and personnel, Africa is likely to see more Chinese troops wearing blue berets in the years ahead.